Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So today, in honor and memory of Sri Gaurasundar and Mangala, we will sing an English Vaishnava song. Dangerous, I may kick it. Back, more back. Or better this side. With the left arm I will not. No, leave it there, just put it here. Thank you. Mangala and Gaurasundar, very wonderful devotees of Srila Prabhupada and Srila It will not work. Can you hold it for me? So I can read it because it interferes with harmonium, like here, if you hold it. Not too far because my eyes are not very good. That's good, yeah. You can sit down. Hari Hari, when in Vrindavan will I reside? Hari Hari, when in Vrindavan will I reside? Beholding the couple's beauty with my very eyes. Hari Hari Kabe Ava Vrindavana Vasi Niraki Bunayane Jugala Ruparasi. Giving up the joy of sleeping on a bed of comfort. When will all my limbs become grey in the dust of Braja? Jajiyaya Sayana Shuka Vichitra Palanka Kabe Vrajera Dulaya Dusharahabe Anga. Leaving the desire to taste all 6 different flavors. When in Braja will I go back like bees gathering nectar. Satra sabojana duri parihari kabe raje majikai kaiba madhukari. I will go on parikram from forest to forest. On the banks of Jamuna I shall go and take rest. Parikrama kariya vedaba vane vane Vishrama kori bejai Jamuna puline. Burning I will seek shelter of the cooling Vangsi grove. Oh, when in the kunj will I sit close to the Vaishnavas. Kabbe dura kariba sitalla Vangsi vate. Kabbe kunja baita beghama Vaishnavani Kati. Narottama Dasa says, leaving other things behind. Oh, when will a day such as of this truly become mine? Narottama Dasa Kave Kari Parihara Kave Va Emanadasa Hoive Amara. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta. Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan, Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan. Shri Govinda Gopinath Madana Mohan, Shri Govinda Gopinath Madana Mohan. Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan, Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan. Kalindi Yamuna Jaya Mahavan, Kalindi Yamuna Jaya Mahavan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So here we have a prayer. Here we have a prayer by one of the greatest Vaishnavas, Narottam Das Thakur. Agenda, come. Feels more together. So, what is he praying for? He's praying for the mercy of Vrindavan. He wants to be in Vrindavan. Vrindavan, I just read in Jaiva Dharma yesterday, confirmed Very special, very special. Gokul and Goloka, they're the same. In other words, the Braj Mandal, the Krishna Lila ground, is Goloka Vrindavan. You may see it or you may not see it, but it is. Even at the time of the destruction of this universe, it will not be destroyed. How that works, please don't ask me. That the Lord has to figure out how to do it. But that's what it says, that confirmed by our acharyas, that this holy land of Braj, the Braj Mandal and all the sites, this is actually the spiritual world. And the Leelas are actually taking place there, invisible to the mundane eyes. Some people, they may see Vrindavan and they think, oh, this is a nice place for selling saris. And then he's a sari seller in the world, but he's not in the actual Vrindavan. To come into the actual Vrindavan, you have to go there to obtain the holy name and chant in separation. So here, Srila Narottam Thakur is giving us a few symptoms. I just come to Vrindavan. I was in Vrindavan yesterday morning. So, it's a little bit far now. No, it's not far. That's only illusion that it's far, because I'm in Radha Govinda Mandir in Berlin. That's an expansion of Vrindavan. It's an expansion. Our Thakurjis are so kind. They're receiving our service. Great devotees have come and visited here. It's just too much. So when in Vrindavan will I reside, beholding the couple's beauty? Well, just wait. They're going to give darshan very soon. With my very eyes. Giving up the joy of sleeping on a bed of comfort. When will all my limbs become gray in the dust of Raja? My limbs become gray because I'm rolling in the dust of Raja. I'm saying this dust is braj, Raj. Every particle. And in Vrindavan, you don't have to roll in the dust. You know why? Because the dust is everywhere. The wind takes it everywhere. Now, especially in the summer season, things are so dusty because the braj dust is flying in the air and going everywhere. So it's very nice because every particle was touched by the lotus feet of Krishna and his parshadas. Leaving the desire to taste all 6 different flavors. When in Vraja will I go back like bees gather nectar? This is Madhukari. Madhukari means you are going and you are taking only the food which is given to you by mercy. Like the Brij Basis, Yati Maharaj ki jai ho. Madhukari, like a bee, who is simply going to a place. Like a place where you just see the Vaishnavas, the Brij Basis. You'll be surprised how deep and enjoyable is the Madhukari. The people in Braj, when they see a pilgrim coming and they're taking the darshan of the holy place, the local people become so enthusiastic, even though they're poor people, they're very simple people. They immediately want to give you a roti with some sabji. Even though it's special, you know. They'll immediately make a few more chapatis. Oh, like sometimes when we go to Javat, where Radharani lives, one devotee goes for Madhukari and comes with a pile of chapati for the whole group. Is this Madhukari, or this what Narottam Das Thakur is? It means you are worry-free. You are not going for eating and sleeping, and where do I gonna get my sandesh? and where is my tandoori roti? Or what this? No, you simply depend on Krishna. You just want to be with Krishna. So therefore, the Madhukari is like a meeting of two sadhus. The one who is cooking, living, the householder. They are most properly some agriculture worker because they're growing the food in these fields. And then a pilgrim comes from somewhere, maybe even from a foreign country. And when people see people from the foreign country, they expect them to have money, no? Because they travel such a long distance to come there. Nevertheless, they give you a chapati with sabji on it, not to get donation, no. Madhukari is a gift of the heart. And the Brijbasis are the most generous. They are so generous. Of course, there's also Madhukari instructions, like you shouldn't go every day to the same house where you know they are generous. That becomes exploitation. So you should only... Madhukari, just one of my friends and godbrothers, who was a true Madhukari beggar, he left the body in Radhakunda. Just a few days ago, we said farewell to him. He was still in the Bhaktivedanta hospice, and I visited him there, and he told me, I don't want to go away. I want to stay here. But he fell off the roof and hurt his leg, but it was not that bad. But nevertheless, a few days later, he left the world. So this Maharaj, he had done 20 years of Madhukari. And Krishna had given him a little bhajan kutir next to Govardhan. So an example to meditate, to see what's being given in the scriptures. It's all real. It's not fantasy. It's not for everybody. When you see the people sitting in Vrindavan in the holy places and they're begging, they have a little cloth and you can put a few grains there or give them some paisa, whatever. If you don't give nothing, you just say Hare Krishna, and they all answer with a smile, Hare Krishna. They're not sitting there to eat. They're sitting there to chant and hear you and see you. And if you give something, fine. If you don't give something, it's fine. There's no commitment of giving. And of course, when you go on your Braj Mandal Parikrama, you don't have, like some people do, they keep a bunch of coins and give one coin to each one of the people sitting there. They're going on parikrama to give, and others they go there to take the bananas to give to the monkeys, and others they go to feed the cows, and others they go to feed the humans. There's a lot of feeding going on in the Braj Mandal Parikrama, also in the Vrindavan Parikrama, especially on Ekadasi. On Ekadasi, if you go around Vrindavan, I mean, you get a full meal. All what they're doing. And so but what I'm seeing here, like bees gather nectar. The nectar of Braja is not about satisfying your taste buds. It's about filling your heart with the nectar of Vaishnava association and Vaishnava mentality. So even in the temple, we love to distribute prasadam. We also love to cook delicious prasadam. It's really, prasadam distribution is a very major part of Krishna consciousness. But we should not think only about prasadam. As a matter of fact, we should pray to prasadam rather than eat prasadam. We should pray, oh, the mercy have come. How will I eat this? The mercy has come in front of me. Oh, my dear Lord, you have... It's a prayer of thank you, and it's also a commitment, because if you receive the prasad, and you take the prasad, then you're supposed to make service. It's not yet you just eat. Thank you. The temples are so nice, you get a free meal there. No, that's not the proper attitude. Even though in India there's bandaras in Vrindavan. Every day there's a bandara somewhere. Not only you can eat there, on top they give you a donation. So some people, they're living from bandara to bandara. But depends on them. Maybe they're great devotees. Maybe they just feel happy they don't have to work. They get good food. But this is up to them. But Bhaktivinoda, Narottam Das Thakur says, hey, it's not about my tastes. It's about gathering the nectar of the devotees' association, just like a bee. Like when we do parikrama or when we are in Vrindavan, it's a question of the attitude. It's a question how you feel about it, how you go about it. Everything is attitude. How are you developing your Krishna consciousness, your longing? What is your longing? Are you longing for a bag of gold? Are you longing for prema bhakti? Are you longing for a beautiful woman to give you hugs? Are you longing for being glorified by others to say to you, oh great Vaishnava? What are you longing for? Pratishta? Kanana, Kamini and Pratishta? These are the wrong longings. No? Kanana means opulence, comfort life. Here, Narottam does the comfort of sleeping. Oh, I have a nice place to sleep. Now I can sleep so nicely, nobody disturbs. That we are not interested in. That is the lowest part of Kanana, the comfortable sleeping. No, afterwards you want to have a car to drive around. You want to have nice dresses, like fancy looking. No, like you're part of the fashion show. Let's see what's the latest silks on the market. And ladies, they're allowed, they can dress nicely for their husbands, but otherwise, you see, when they become renunciates in Vrindavan, there's many renounced, then you just wear a white sari and that's it. No? So it's all about not getting more entangled. And Kamini means, so that's a very tough one, that that there's no orientation towards sexual objects. The orientation towards sexual objects is the obsession of the mind in Maya. And since the mind is usually in Maya, then you can see that there's a very strong drive. It is a strong push towards some sexual orientation. And the only way you can overcome it by developing true prema. Otherwise, it will never go away. Without true prema, I guarantee you the longing or the push of the urges of kama, kamini, it will be there and it will disturb you, just like it disturbs me. It disturbs. There's only one way. Pray for it. Pray, please, let me get out of it. Let me get out of it. I hate it. I don't want to be in this kamini world where, what's the problem in the kamini world? It's that you want to be the enjoyer, and the enjoyer is Krishna. So you want to compete with Krishna. You say, oh, such a nice, beautiful woman. She surely came to this world to meet me. Now she's so fortunate that she can actually come about her prince. That's a good dream. Got a good dream. And later you'll be whacked for that dream. Because it's not that way. You're not the enjoyer. You're not the Mahapurusha. You're not the masculine vanity. It's just the confusion of the soul, because we are servants, and Krishna is the supreme male, the supreme and only male. There is no competition admitted. So, who are you there? You're a servant of the gopis. That's it. Even if you're in the arrangement of Braj Lila, you have a male body there, like Madhu Mangal, Shri Ram, Sudam. They are also serving the Radha Krishna divine Leela. They're like Gopas, they have special functions like Nanda Baba and these elders, but they're not competing with Krishna. Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. And that's what we have to learn from Braj Mandal, that there's a supreme enjoyer. So if you're carrying along, if you're dragging Kamini inside your mind, then you will not accept that Krishna is the enjoyer. You will think, oh yes, Krishna enjoys, and sometimes I enjoy. Or I want to enjoy, because enjoyment never comes really the way you think it will come. It comes with problems. And Pratishta is the most subtle of all the dangers. The Pratishta Sukaravishta, it stinks like pig stool. That's what it is, Pratishta. Oh, he's a great Bhagavata preacher. Oh, he's great this. Oh, he's great that. No? All this kind of confusions. What the heck? What the heck? This is all nonsense, all fantasy. And what a fantasy, an ugly fantasy. Because if the devotee has any glory, if a devotee has a glory, and he has glory, all of you have glory, but that's the glory of Srila Prabhupada given to us. For a disciple, all the glory goes to the Guru. Because if the disciple has done anything in relationship with Krishna, it's because of the Guru. If you make a great movie, that was done for Krishna, because you were inspired. If you are a healer, it's Guru and Krishna healing. I'm just the instrument. If you make a beautiful Thakurji Seva, oh, it's not me. Some other, my body was used for that. Whatever you do, beautiful garden, beautiful administration, whatever, it's all. The devotee would say, Jai Guru Deva. No, that's not me. I know that. I know that double. Because number one, everything what I had to see and experience in my life, that was because of Srila Prabhupada. And second, everything I was involved with, left or right, anyhow, it was done by the devotees, not by me. What did I do really? Maybe scribble a few lines on a piece of paper and said, it could be that way, no? But who did all the work? Who did all the blood, sweat and tears? Who tolerated the new devotees in the temples? This is the devotees. So without it, the glory goes to Prabhupada and to the Vaishnavas. So if you think, yes, I did that. And I also did a few more other things, if you like to know. This is Shukaravishta. It stinks like pig stool. You think you've become great by what you did? It may be so. You may be great. But your arrogance and your puffed upness about it, your desire to be honored, that destroys whatever you did. It really, it puts it into ugliness. The greatest beauty becomes ugly. Taj Mahal, a great art, a great construction, beautiful design, but only pig stool, because the guy who made it said, that's me, Shah Jahan. That's what I did for Mumtaji, for my beloved wife. And that nobody else may have such a palace in the future, I will cut all the artist's finger off so they cannot do it again. What a pratishta. What a horror. I think the Taj Mahal, you shouldn't touch it with a long foot, with a long pole, because of that contamination, of that pratishta, incredible pratishta. That's just an example, no? The more problem is the devotee's pratishta. They think, oh, I made this person a devotee. Huh? You made this person a devotee? Yeah, he's my disciple. Yes? He's your disciple? Good, that means you're now his servant. Do you understand that? You have a disciple means you're a servant. You have a child. Oh, then you're the servant of the child. But if you say, no, look, I made him or her devotee. No, Krishna made them devotees. It's the charm of the divine bhakti, which somehow they may have gone through you, but if you think it's you who have that capacity, then it becomes Shukaravishta. It becomes ugly. So pratishta is something, it doesn't fit together with the mood of braj. It doesn't fit together with rolling in the dust of braj. It doesn't fit together with going on Madhukari, Parikrama. It doesn't fit together with giving classes about Krishna, singing bhajan. It doesn't fit together with the real development of a devotee. Because in the end of the day, all we are is some old people who are just tottering around and trying to not forget Krishna, because the mind of the old age is also complicated. It's not that you become old and now your mind is perfectly controlled. Because don't forget, the mind already carried you through many, many births. So this agitated mind, don't trust him. Don't trust this mind. And you can't trust intelligence either. You can only trust mercy. And for mercy, you have to pray for mercy. So then, but finally, Narottam Das Thakur says, I will go on parikrama from forest to forest. There's 152 kilometers you can go through. Takes 45 days, more or less. That's Braj Bandar Parikrama. We have a map. You can go from forest to forest, forest. You can lie there under the sky overnight. And just chant, cry for mercy. That's parikrama, from forest to forest, 152 kilometers. Then you see more or less the most important places in Braj Mandal. And he says, on the banks of the Yamuna, I shall go and take rest. Even today, many sadhus, they sleep on the bank of the Yamuna. And Narottam Das Thakur's seva was started by our mission right there where Narottam Das Thakur would go every day to serve Lokanath Goswami by cleaning up where he did his necessities. That is that special part of an Braj which just has the good news, the good news, the good news. You know, we have been struggling to clean the Yamuna, to clean the whole area up to Devraha Baba Samadhi. And now the road from Tadiyastan to Devraha Baba Samadhi, which is like in the end of the Kumbh Mela ground of Vrindavan. It just has been decorated with trees and flowers, very clean. It has been done, and at the end there's now a pontoon bridge to go over to Devraha Baba Samadhi. Whole thing has been wonderful, and you can just go ahead, go to Mansarova. It's like for the walking pilgrims. It's a very beautiful setup. And from there, going towards Keshigat, a big area, it's also fenced in, and there's some beautiful development going on. So this Narottam Das Thakur Seva area is gradually becoming glorious sanctuary, and many trees are growing there. Of course, it is Yamuna basin. That means when the Yamuna rises, it will be so in this way. Here, next, sleeping, resting on the Yamuna, or just going to the Yamuna and being there is very wonderful. Burning, I will seek shelter of the cooling Vangsi grove. Oh, when in a kunja will I sit, close to the Vaishnavas. So we go to Vrindavan, or we go to a temple to associate with the Vaishnavas, to sit with them and to talk about Krishna. This is what the Jaiva Dharma is all about, very confidential talks. That is what the classes in the temple. That's when we sit, even in the gardens, we're sitting with Yati Maharaj talking about Krishna in South America, preaching and this and that. This is what we're looking for. We are not looking somewhere to gossip. We are not going to the temple for some material interest. We should go there. Burning, I will seek shelter. Burning means I'm burning inside. Without the association of devotees, I'm burning. And I will take shelter in the groove of the Vangsivata. This is where Krishna plays the flute. Vangsivata, oof. If you go to Vangsivata, we have two Vangsivatas. One around the corner from Vindakunja, where you see all the pictures of the gopis dancing with Krishna. The other Vangsivata is on the other side of the Yamuna, where there's many, many sadhus living in the forest, very beautiful setup. This is also one of our services there. And the cooling Vangsi grooves, they give us shelter, but we are looking for the Kunja where I will sit close to the Vaishnavas, where the Vaishnavas are chanting and talking and singing kirtan. This is the real mood, and this mood is available. If you go to Vindakunja, chanting in the morning, chanting in the night, going to Vangsi Kunja, doing meetings with the Vishwa Vaishnava Rajshava, it's a reality. Narottam Das Thakur says, leaving all other things behind. Oh, when will a day such as this truly become mine? So, we just left the place of Vrindavan to come to Germany to be in the Vrindakunja. So Vrindakunja is a place of shelter where the burning feeling of being alone in this world without any true goal, it becomes alleviated. But you see, if I look at the Krishna conscious history, then I will say, my dear friends, especially if you're still young and charismatic, don't stay here too long. As long as you are necessary, you can always stay, but always go out and take Krishna everywhere. Especially if you are of the teacher quality, means somebody who gives classes all the time, who has the tendency of enthusing others and engaging others in Krishna's service. The more temples there are in the world, the better. The more kunjas where we can meet Vaishnavas and associate with them, the better. It doesn't matter whether it's with Krishna Chandra in the mountains of Switzerland, or whether it is with Pati Tapavana in Dwarka Dama, or with Harijan Maharaj in Osora, or any place where devotees gather in the appropriate spirit of Vrindavan. That is a fantastic place. And if we can have more places, very good. And the people ask me, how many temples you opened? Actually, I don't know. I don't know. For me, a temple is that place where the Srimad Bhagavatam is read every day. As soon as the Srimad Bhagavatam is read every day in a place, that's for me a temple. It's a rented house, it's a property, it's under a tree, I don't care. If they read the Srimad Bhagavatam every day and enthuse each other as devotees, then this is truly Vrindavan or another temple. And Srila Prabhupada said, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada said, I want to open a temple in the heart of everyone. Can you imagine? Opening a temple in the heart of everyone. So if I open a temple in your heart, that means your house is also going to be a temple, no? Because you cannot have a temple in your heart, but your house is not. Doesn't work. So it works through the heart, to the house, to the hearts of everybody else. Any questions?
Puedo hacerla en español porque es que me expreso mejor.
Okay.
¿Qué pasa si un devoto que hace mucho servicio, atiende muy bien al guru y hace servicio al templo, pero menosprecia o desprecia a otros devotos?
That is a drawback for his own spiritual advancement. To minimize others is you see, there may be one difference. There may be a devotee who is very senior and the other one is very junior. And the junior would be fortunate to take some guidance from the senior. But maybe the junior is very puffed up and he doesn't want to take any guidance from the senior. He may even be a problem. He may be like a troublemaker. And then maybe somebody says, hey, this devotee, is really too much, That type of looking down on somebody's, it's in the service to get the temple well, because we should not allow anybody live in a temple and disturb the others. That should not be allowed. It should be avoided if such situation comes. But otherwise, if it's not that case, that you are the senior, if you're just a devotee amongst the devotees and to look down on others, it's not very helpful. We want to glorify others, we admire others, we share with others, but we should not look down on others. This is always bad for us. Because the devotee, Trinatapi Sunichana, that's our guideline by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, respecting all and not expecting honor or respect in return. It's hard because we want to be respected and we don't respect anybody. That's the Kali Yuga mentality, no? And then we say, hey, I joined 3 days before you. So you're a young devotee, don't disturb me. This type of creating some hierarchy in the mind. This hierarchy is not very valuable, though devotees give honor to their seniors. Oh, you are an older devotee than me, very nice. I'm very happy to meet you. But in the eyes of Krishna, if there is a hierarchy, it's by service. If somebody does some important service, he takes a responsibility, he spreads Krishna consciousness, he is the most important devotee, undoubtedly. And if somebody comes who does hardly any service and he says, oh, these people, they don't know. When I was a devotee, everything was wonderful, but now everything is down. Huh? And sometimes you meet that, no? The illusion of the past. But the past was just as much Maya as today. The struggle to keep a temple functioning is always the same. The struggle with the Mayas in the devotees' minds is always the same. We just got new varieties, it's all. So to think of it was better in the past, now it's not good. It means when I was there, it was good. Now I'm not here, it's not good. It's the mind cheating you. You should say, oh, what wonderful. You're struggling to keep this temple open. Oh, this is incredible. I am so happy that's why I say we should have many, many temples. If the temple is a little bit of struggle, like here in Berlin, we went through quite a long period of struggle for many types of reasons, but very few people. Now I see the temple is brimming, is having life and light and good. But sometimes, especially when there's very few devotees, it's very hard. There's hardship. But that doesn't matter. We go through that. Those hardships, they train us up. It's putting the iron in the water when it's to harden it, no? So sometimes Krishna hardens us by our different experiences, no? So we never have a reason to have a negative attitude towards others. If somebody else is really a disturbance to you or to anybody, then softly through a leader or to a great devotee try to help him softly. Imagine devotees arguing in front of each other, in front of guests. No, it's not beautiful. It should not happen. Sometimes happens. We had one guy. He was so terrible. He would stay in the door here, an Indian guy, and try to make trouble for Maharaj and for everybody. And then we had a German guy who started beating, and yes, sometimes, you got crazies, but we even love the crazies. Huh? We even want them to become Krishna conscious. Because this is the world which is crazy. So, in this way, devotees are very good. They're really good people. They're amazing. And when the difficulties come, they find a way to solve them. Every problem. I mean, the problems. If you look at a problem from a little distance, it becomes so small. If you look at it from here, you say, oh, huh? So the problems devotees have, especially devotees, because a devotee already has no more problems because he became a devotee. All his problems stopped when he decided, I want to serve God, I want to go back to Krishna, I have no more desire to be big shot in this world. So all his problems are gone there. But sometimes we get like the circumstances, they kind of, and we forget certain things. Then we suffer a little bit and then we awaken again. Krishna consciousness is unique. Absolutely unique. And the one thing which often comes the question, why devotees fight so much? Good question, no? The answer is because Krishna wants to spread his devotees everywhere. And if the devotees, the only thing they do, looking at each other's eyes and saying, oh, you're so wonderful, and he's wonderful, and she's wonderful, everybody's wonderful, then who wants to go out and preach somewhere else? Then we're just going to enjoy each other's company, and nobody wants to go and spread Krishna consciousness. So then Krishna says, little, oh, I don't like it here, they don't love me. No, they love you, but you have to see what Krishna wants for you. What is what Krishna wants for you? He has a plan for each and every one of us, undoubtedly. And I just come from Vrindavan. Vrindavan is full of characters which are potentially conflictive, but they can be solved. Can all be solved. And a great potential. Krishna's world is blue. Blue beauty. In Brazil, we say tudo azul, means all great. But when you say the world is not rosa, I know what you want to say. That is a learning. We are here in a learning field. This is the university for becoming a pure devotee. A pure devotee. The final goal of our education is to become a pure devotee. Whether you do it quick or slowly, but you have to become a pure devotee, because before you become a pure devotee, you won't get out of this material world. You'll come here again and again. Sometimes there's a yogi, sometimes there's a bogi, sometimes there's a jagi, sometimes there's is the sense object, sometimes as the one who desires the sense object. Like it's circling. It's like a huge circle in this material world. Next question.
Una pregunta en español. ¿Cuáles son las actividades que hace un devoto dentro del templo?
¿Dentro del templo?
Ajá. ¿Qué debe hacer el devoto en el templo? ¿Que vive en el templo?
That's the the temple presidents and the Ishtogostis, they figure out what is the duty of each one. It is individual. It's only great experts can engage others in devotional service. And sometimes even great experts cannot manage it. Huh? It's not easy to engage others in devotional service, but that's what temples are all about, organizing devotional service activities. And those service activities will only manifest if somebody's inspired. Like, we don't work in a Krishna consciousness. Hey, you have to. No, that is not devotional. As soon as Krishna says you have to, then where's the devotional service? Then it's, okay, I do it. Okay, I hope you know. But I tell you one story. No, I don't tell you that story. Too many excuses will come from it. But the fact is that every devotee who lives in a community also has to respond to the community by taking some responsible service. So to be a temple commander is a very hard work. Very, very hard. Often they burn out because they don't know how to do it well. Because you should get the devotees to engage them in devotional service through love. If you try to get them to do service by becoming a little bit harsh, unfriendly, bossy, especially bossy, usually you get negative vibe in return. And then because in the material world, the whole world is very bossy. I tell you, this world is not a joke. Everything is bossy. Just like yesterday, Dinabandhu was parking his car 1 second to pick me up in a place which was not perfect for parking. Immediately a German guy came, and he was insulting him for no reason. No? There was plenty of space to park for everybody. But like, this world is, people are unhappy, frustrated, they're bossing each other around. But Krishna consciousness is not like that. And I tell you, in my own experience, whatever little experience I have, whatever service I got the devotees to do was by begging them. My spiritual seva career was begging people to do service. And sometimes when you beg to them, they respond, and sometimes when you beg them, they don't respond. And what is a beggar's position? A beggar cannot complain when he's not given what he's begging for. Got that one? I say, please do this. No, I'm not. Please, very important. No. Really? A little bit? No. Okay, sorry. That was it. Can't do it. Because if Krishna would impose to us to be his devotees, then the whole world would be devotee. But there would be no spontaneous love. There would be no Vaikuntha. It'll be like the Krishna's working camp. Or something like that, no? Krishna doesn't want that. You want me or you want a Lamborghini? Huh? You want me or you want a harem of your own? Oh, you want a harem? Okay. Next lifetime, you'll be born in Syria or in Saudi Arabia in a rich family, and you can marry as many women as you like. All desires are satisfied in the material world. And if you're not satisfied with this, then you have to be born like a frog. The frog enjoys sex life for hours. And then, maybe he has 20,000 kids. What is our human production compared to a frog. We are simply useless. Huh? Just having 1, 2 children, already we have so much trouble we go through. The frog, he's just going, and he shoots the kids into the world by the thousands. So that was a desire. The frog had a desire. So he became a frog. And then he says, quack, quack, my great children, have you good look at your big daddy? But the little kids, they don't care. But the snake, oh, my lunch is calling me. Let me go and get Mr. Frog. He got enough children, now he don't need more. So the question is important, but more important is the answer. Love, spreading, encouragement, and it's not an easy job. It will never be an easy job. Now I will tell you the story, just so that you don't complain later. Srila Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Maharaj, he came and visited our temple in Vrindakunja, gave his mercy, and he met our president, Paramahansa Maharaj, and he said, Paramahansa Maharaj, how many people you live in this temple? And Paramahansa Maharaj said, depends. Then Srila Tirtha Maharaj said, depends? Depends on what? And Paramahansa Maharaj said, depends whether it's time of service or time of prasada. Huh? Huh? At the time of service, it's very rare, maybe 3, 4 people that come and they volunteer to be part. At the time of prasadam, 30. Otherwise, it's simply after prasadam, they simply disappear. Where are they? Some hidden corner? I mean, it's exaggerated. So when Paramahansa gave that answer, Srila Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Maharaj laughed and laughed and laughed. That was like the greatest joke. And in the end he said, you know something, Maharaj? That's the situation in every temple. He said, that's also in our temples, it's like that. Then Paramahansa Maharaj laughed. Oh, very good. It's not only us. Okay, I think here we finish today. Are we ready to have Thakurji Darshan?
Yes.
Any other question? Any other questions? So we are back in Gauranga Gandharvika, Govinda Sundaram Mandir in Berlin, and meeting all the great Vaishnavas here. Now you will have the darshan of the Lord. Gauranga Radha, Gauranga Gandharvika, Govinda Sundaram Ki Jai. These deities received the name following in the footsteps of Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Deva Goswami Maharaj in Navadvipa. Hari Bol.